No, not quite yet. He hasn't quite put on wait. Will be for seconds. Tell me when it's like. I think I'm ready. Right. 25 minutes to get through.
Last week's reference.
I'll probably need to be halfway through.
You don't know how long it's going to be.
No.
I'll say it. Okay. Right. Thank you to the members that are here, and welcome to today's planning committee meeting. So I need to do housework first. So I would like to advise everyone present that should the fire alarm sound, you should leave the building immediately via one of the fire exits, which are clearly signposted outside this committee room. Please only use the stairs, do not use the lift. The fire assembly point is in the staff car park at the rear of Dean House. You should not return to the building for any reason until you've been advised it is safe to do so. Can I remind everyone to please put your mobile phone on silent and keep the phone away from the microphones to minimise interference. The meeting will be recorded and live webcast, and therefore, when speaking, please remember to speak clearly into your microphone. As chair of the meeting, I have the discretion to terminate or suspend the recording and webcasting if, in my opinion, continuing to do so would prejudice the proceedings of the meeting. Recording and webcasting of confidential items will also not take place. Please remember, if you leave the meeting room for any reason, you will not be able to take part in the vote on the item being discussed at that time. Please can I request that when speaking, you make your points as succinct as possible to allow for the smooth running of the meeting. Please can also take this opportunity to remind you to be polite and treat each other with respect at all times. For members of the public wishing to use the toilets, these can be found off the landing immediately outside the committee room. Can I request that anyone who has brought a cup of glass into the committee room, please can you return it to the kitchen area after the meeting is finished? Thank you. Right. Thank you for that. The first item is apologies for absence.
Thank you, Chair. We have apologies from Councillor Simon Lester, Councillor Beth Fernandez, Councillor Julie Stainthorpe, Councillor Walters and Councillor Ray Tully.
Right, thank you. And can I just say that we are forward with just the four of us here, just in case anybody questions it. Right, any declarations of interest of any item on the agenda? I can't see any indications, so that's okay. Minutes of the meeting held on Wednesday, the 18th of October. Are you happy that I sign these as correct? Can I propose it and a seconder? Thank you very much. I will sign these right now. And just pay. Oh, sorry. All those in favour? That's all. That's so interesting. Thank you. Right. Now then, I think we've got markers for 3 minutes, which is the biodiversity net gain consultation.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to have to sort of grip my neck a bit and turn to basically, if that's okay. This is just to let you know, as a committee, about the consultation that Somerset Council are undertaking at the moment. It closed on Monday, the 4th of December 2023. They produced a guidance note and proposed validation requirements from planning applicants, developers, planning agents, ecologists, landowners, land managers, land agents, etc. on the biodiversity net gain requirements. I'm not proposing that councillors this evening try to form a sort of town council response on this consultation, more just to bring to your attention if you wish to go in and make submissions to that consultation. It's quite a technical document, but as it's coming in as legal requirements for consideration of planning applications, I thought it was important to add to the agenda, obviously this council has declared an ecological emergency as well, so these will all be important assets when looking at development in our area. Did send around the document guidance and was included within the agenda. I believe Tracy did that, so hopefully you'll have a chance to look through that and yeah, as I say, posted on the 4th of December. I also sent around an FAQ document that sets out a bit more about what is biodiversity netting, because it's quite a specialist term I hadn't come across before. So it's an approach to development and land management that aims to leave the natural environment in a measurably better state than it was beforehand. And so there are some key things coming in from a legal perspective. There's a minimum 10% gain required on some planning applications. Through the Environment Act that's been passed, so a mandatory requirement will come into place in January 2024, so not long now, for all town and country planning and developments, but there are some exemptions for small sites. So yeah, I'll just take any questions, or as I say, I've got 3 minutes to thought it was important that the committee recognise this was coming down the track, and obviously Somerset Council would welcome your views. Thank you.
Thank you, Marcus. Has this been sent out to all councillors, not just councillors on the planning committee? I've sent it to all councillors. It's been sent out to everyone, so they will get a chance to respond by the 4th of December. Might be good just to send them in one direction, because that's a week after the next, isn't it? So it's quite a short time scale from today. Yeah, that's lovely. I've not personally got any questions. Ed, have you got a question?
Well, just a comment to think that it's such a big and technical document and has such a short consultation period is quite overwhelming, but we can at least get together and see what we can put out.
Yeah, thank you for that. Anyone else? No, that's fine, but I totally agree with you. There is a lot of technical detail in there and a very short consultation, so I think it needs to be flagged up with other councillors to make sure that they do the comments, at least read it, even if they don't give comments. So thank you for that. Marcus?
Thank you, Councillor. Sorry, just one more point to come in is that obviously we recently at Hartlepool Council adopted the tree management, the same policies that Somerset have for the management of their trees. So I thought that was also important. That's recognised in the document as being an important part of sort of biodiversity net gain, increasing our trees, and we've adopted the 3-for-1 policy that Somerset have. So I just thought I'd flag that as well. Thank you.
Yes, I know it's starting, but I do have a problem when some really mature trees, get permission to be chopped down and they put 3. Well, they're going to take another 100 years to mature to look as good as the ones that's been chopped down. So that's a big thing with me, but I won't go down that road at the moment. So I can always do it at a later date. So anyway, thank you for that, Marcus. Thank you for, it is a reminder to everyone that is this open for public consultation as well?
It is, Chair, but it's. I think they've said they targeted specifically at developers and the list that I'm coming off the DM. So I think it's recognised that it's quite a technical document. So whilst the public are more than welcome to fill out and respond, I think that they are looking for that targeted response from those specialists in the sector that will be dealing with these requirements that through law in their planning applications, etc. Okay.
Yeah, because there are lots of members of the public out there that be extremely interested and understand a lot of these technical issues a lot more than maybe some of us on the planning and council will understand. So it's always worth having that input from members of the public to make sure that they're not excluded. Okay, thank you. I think we'll move on now if you're happy to move on. Okay, right. The next thing is the plan applications for comments and consideration. The first one is 5.1, which is 38230291 LB. That's listed building consent works. Replacement and enlargement of extension to the front and rear, and relocation of front entrance and replacement of windows at 1 Cedar Close, Taunton. I'd like to actually see the plans of this, please.
That's this location one.
A before and after would be nice.
Yeah, it's just that. 16. This is the existing. It's fine flashing now.
So Marcus, you could right click on the PDF and open it as a new tab.
Yeah, I was trying to do that. Just says opening browser. Ah, yes, brilliant, thank you. And then we'll pop to the site this time.
Is that the proposed or the what it is now?
This is the existing on the left hand side and then the proposed on the right hand side.
So the proposed is on the right hand side.
Yes.
Thank you.
Side elevations.
Oh yeah, I can see it now. Did any councillor wish to have a comment on this one? Colin?
From Heritage, they came back and they see no issues or impact to the property. Also quite like them actually reviewing the skyline of the rear door. You know, as long as if it is balanced, that it's in keeping, but with them actually also reviewing the whole thing, them actually allowing the dialects on pretty impressed. So yeah, happy with this session.
Yeah, I can totally agree with you, Colin. I think if that happens, I'm not actually got a problem with it. Margaret, any comments on this? Don't even know the building, know where it is. Ed?
Yeah, I haven't seen, I visited the building personally, but I read through the documents and like on my source, it said that it was built probably built in the 80s, so it's not like a historical building as such. No particular comment on it really.
Is it one of these that comes within a curtilage where something's listed and so this is automatically comes under the listed building thing?
Probably side, they're probably not doing
Yeah.
Built
Within
inside.
within the listed area.
within probably if the property, listed there.
Yeah,
Steve Close.
that's it, close, yeah. Because the date it was built, it wouldn't have been listed as a building in its own right, so I think it's just to make sure that the alterations they want to do is within keeping of the area. And so they can do that with the window, but I'd be more than happy with that, so. Do you need to make any more comments, Tracy? You happy with what we've said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that proposal to support or?
The proposal is to support on the proviso that that window is built. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy with that? Both of you? Martin and Ed?
I can second that.
Right, okay, so there we are, that's, so it's supported on the proviso of that window. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Just hands up.
Oh, yeah, all those in favour? Yeah, thank you, unanimous. Right, we move on, this is another list of building works, which is 38230365 LV. And this is internal repairs following escape of water at 11 Hammett Street, Taunton, and it's retention of pump works already undertaken. And I think this is quite important in a way, and I know, Colin, you've got some comments on this one.
So after the water damage, there was quite a big damage to the ceiling, roofs, walls, and obviously quite a lot of damage to the actual heritage side of things. With listed buildings, heritage obviously doing a review of the property as well. They're really satisfied that the work that's actually proposed is going to be putting it back to its reinstated purpose. I'm not saying at all that the condition that the property was in originally was in its original status, but it's actually nice that it's it's being done properly. So yeah, I'm all for this, and it's a really important area of Taunton as well. So yeah.
Oh yes, definitely Hammett Street. And I'm happy because we need to save these buildings and if they can put it back into a really good state, like it was long before it was damaged.
Yeah.
I'm not quite happy with that. Ed, Martin, did you wish to say anything on this one?
No,
Okay, so I propose that we actually support this. Do I have a seconder, please? Okay, Martin, and all those people? Yes, unanimous, thank you very much. Right, now, 5.4 is a display of sorry, I can remember it first, 38230342A. Display of one illuminated fascia sign at 13 Fort Street, Taunton. It's an advert. Now, I was trying to replace one. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, can I go back one? Sorry. I'm ahead of myself. Makes a change. 5.3. And that's 38230366. It's the enclosure of canopy for enlarged reception area at Bryden House, Cheddar Road, Taunton. And this is for full planning permission. So if you can, that's slightly where Bryden House is. And that's it. Okay, now you want to say something, Colin?
I think what they're actually adding is just going to be a lot wider, obviously more of a canopy, but actually how far it comes down, it's not actually going to intrude any more of the original canopy originally. So in my opinion, this is actually probably a great addition to the property.
And can I say this is actually not far from where I live. I've known this property and the changes and the rebuilding and different things for many, many years. And I can understand them wanting to do that. I think it's going to be much better for Bryden House in the long run. It's not something they would do given today's economic climate if it wasn't going to be beneficial. So I'm in full support of this, and I propose that we support it. Do I have a seconder, please? Ed? In favour? Unanimous, thank you. Right, now we move on to the one that I've. Right. This is the display. This is 5.4, 38, 23, 0342A. And this is a display of one non-illuminated fascia sign at 13 4th Street, Taunton. I couldn't work out where 13 4th Street is. Yes, oh yes. I know where it is now. I was trying to work it out the other day. Do you have a description of the sign? Oh, T-Talker.
It's the current design, Delta China.
Yeah, I know where exactly where it is now.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Be nice to see something in there. Colin, comment?
more for this. I think we're going to see more and more LED signage as time goes by. Maybe we can see less and less paper or metal signage. So something kind of we're going to have to massively embrace. But one thing I will say is that I know from going to Liverpool weekend actually that a lot of these LED signs they're bright throughout the day, but at night they're so bright. Like to the point where you're walking past, it's like this. But all I would say is I don't know if they have like different settings for the night, to what they have for the day. Because normally, well, it's all that's good then, even better.
I do excuse you for that, yeah. It's non-illuminated, so it's a nice and matte
Oh.
finish, which is in keeping with summer being big on the market house and in that area. Ed, you wanted to comment?
Yeah, it's just a.
Sorry.
Just a personal preference. I think the sort of bright pink and purple doesn't quite fit with the rest of the shops then, but I don't think we can really decide too much on colour because that's just their brand. But other than that, yeah.
I think as long as it's non-illuminated, I can live with pink and purple. And then you, as you said, it's their brand and that's their current brand and you shouldn't take that away from them as long as it's not illuminated. Purple. Okay, anyway, I will propose that we're happy with that. Secondary, which is Martin, all favour? Unanimous, thank you very much. Right, we're on 5.5, which is 3823-0376, which is the erection of a single-story extension to the front of 49 Parkfield Drive, Taunton, full planning permission. You've got it up there, and the proposed extension, please. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
You want them side by side?
Yes, please. It's much easier then. So is that what's proposed, that one?
Yeah, so on the right hand side, it should be proposed east elevation. Like existing.
It's not much. I don't know. And yeah, right at the bottom of the stairs is one, right?
This,
Yeah. I think that might be down at the downstairs toilet.
Could be. Could be.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with this. It's pretty small. Obviously got two balances in as well, which are nice. But yeah, it's probably the downstairs toilet. The only thing I would say is in the bricks line, and if there's any additional things like added, then as long as they match, it's all good.
Did Ed or Martin, do you inspect it?
Right.
No problems with it? No, I agree with you, you know, it's also working lines and, yeah. Okay, so I'll propose that, we agree with that. Do I have a second? Kai, and in favour? It's unanimous, thank you. So we move to 5.6, which is 38230377, erection of 2 apartments in place of approved community facility building at Rochester Road, Taunton, full planning permission. I've got a question with this one.
This one's like, it's the first one I see. Just
Yeah, my question on this one, is there anything in the planning that says that they're going to put the community facility somewhere else on the site? Because it would be quite sad to lose the community facility. Ed, you want to come in there?
Yes, well, this was also in the Gazette today. I think they said that, they said that, there was enough community facilities around the area that they didn't need to include another one. So I don't think there will be a replacement anywhere. They're just not including, they're just replacing this approved community centre with the 2 apartments.
Yeah, but I was just wondering, which community facilities they're referring to. Now, I'm not quite sure when they say there's enough community facilities around there, but I'm not quite sure exactly where they are. I mean, I've looked up that area for donkey's years, but there are limited things with the community facilities. I'm just wondering which ones they're pinpointing, and hopefully they could be enhanced or everything. I would like to know more about it, but I don't think we're going to find out tonight. Ed?
Yes, I quite agree. I think that's something that we need to ask Saturday Council about.
Yes, because if they've not pinpointed which community facilities, because they've got a small community facility at Priorswood, but that is very small, isn't it? And I know the other side of the road with the church, they got the church hall, but that's limited. But I don't know what other.
Is there anything within the planning application pack?
I was just kind of a quick look on the website.
Yes. It's on consequences to be applied as well.
I think council flats then, that's usually.
Well, it's easy. Yeah, they're saying we're going to replace it with flats, floor plans, viable.
Come back to this one.
Tenants rather than.
Yeah.
Saying.
Come back to this.
And sometimes we have community centres like these. We don't have any plans.
Yeah.
What do you say, Lawrence?
So if you wanted to come back to this at the end of the meeting, whilst we have a look about whether they
Yeah, we can come back to it. Yeah.
That'd be good.
that would be good. So we'll just move on and then we'll come back to it. Thank you. So we'll move on, we'll come back to that because I think there's a few questions need to be answered on this one. Right, so we're on 5.7, which is 3823-0367. So removal of a canopy and erection of a closed porch to the front of 104 Churchill Way. Yeah, come in on this one.
I actually was working with a place about 2 months ago who had the exact same canopy and they want to do the exact same thing. So it's something that everybody is, you know, they're walking, they're trying to walk in the front door, it still drives rain, flat roofs fail anyway, so it leads to damage to the property. So really more space out front, which is a great addition really.
Yeah, I agree because there's a lot of these porches that don't do any protection at all. You know, the canopies don't do any protection. But I think that the porch, it can help to keep you from the work. And also it can help with security, a bit more security for your property. So I've got no problems. Ed or Martin, did you want to come in on that?
Awesome. Right,
Ned?
it's in keeping, I've got a problem. I assume it complies, so it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Principle, no issue.
Yeah, but it's not going to do anything to the street scene whatsoever, I don't think, to ruin it. So I would propose that we're happy with this. Do I have a second to it? I think that's comment. And those in favour? Thank you, that's unanimous. Right, so we move on to 5.8. And it's a change of use from this one, I'm really happy with this. Change of use from a car showroom to a retail sale.
Oh, yes.
Fitting and storage of vehicle exhaust, tyre, brakes and batteries with servicing, repairs and sale of vehicles with associated accessories. Services and MOT testing centre at 3139 Pride Bridge Road, full planning permission.
I'm happy. Building's being used, it's been demolished for a long time.
It's like at last,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's one of those.
Yeah.
Connie, you want to come in?
Reading some of the comments, some of the residents are saying that obviously with it being closed for such a long time, it's actually been quite nice to help them with the zero noise and the air pollution of vehicles next to it. But if you think that before it was a service and showroom beforehand, so really what's being filled, it's pretty much the same again. If anything, it's not going to be a derelict, ugly site to be infilled. You know, the only bad thing would be as an option would be probably housing there, but apart from that, you know, I think infilling it makes the actual work look a bit better as well. It's a great addition.
And also down that side of the road, you've got businesses all down the side of the road anyway.
There's a car wash down there and it's motor related anyway, so
Yeah,
that's the problem. I think it's good.
I was really happy to see this one on the agenda because, you know, we drive down there and everything and think, oh, for goodness sake, when somebody take over that, you know, if somebody wants to take over it, and I think we're to support them because, and also if you think about it, it will create jobs, which we need, as you know. So I think, you know, it win-win really. Come on.
The only thing I'd like to say as well is if, as a new business is going, say, moving there from a place that's been closed for 2 to 3 years, it'd be nice that, you know, right tools and applications put in place to make sure that any chemicals are put, you know, to be disposed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I should think, because of what was there before, they will have to do a contamination review.
Yeah.
So I think that will be one of the things that will have to be done. So, and the planners are usually stringent on that sort of thing. So I don't really worry, but I'm sure that they will make sure that that's in place
Yeah, great.
and it's done before they start anything.
Yeah.
Okay, right, I'll propose that we're happy with that. And we'll make the comments about contamination, ensure contamination, if there is any, is removed. And so can I have a second? Oh, 3 seconds. Are we all happy with that?
Yeah. Good news.
Yes, okay. It is good news for a change. Right, so we're on 5.9.
Sorry, Chair, did you want to, I've got the information.
You have put it back, have you? Oh, we've got to go back to 5.6 then, we'll do that one now.
Read out the information, if that's okay. Just read out the information I found from the planning design and access statement. So they suggested, well, they've listed all of the other existing local community facilities and their distance from the site. So St Peter's Church Hall, 0.2 miles, Robarts and Linford Boys Club, 0.3 miles, Christwood Community Centre, 0.1 miles, Leonard Holden Court along Dorchester Road opposite site, Wellesley Street Meeting Hall, 0.8 miles, Hope Corner Lane Meeting Hall, 1 mile, St Andrew's Church Hall, 1 mile, community space at Hallside House, 1.5 miles. They do detail some community consultation that was undertaken. The original suggestion for a potential community facility was suggested as part of the master plan changes suggested by the residents design group. The possibility of tenants running facilities was explored, but they withdrew their interest. They did then look at the North Taunton Partnership running it, but they confirmed their inability to progress with the community centre in August last year. The interest was officially withdrawn. They determined the most optimum use of the space would be conversion for residential use, as it had not been demonstrated that the community facility would be well used and supported by the community, with no willing individuals to run the facility. Okay.
Oh, that was such a shame, actually. I'm very disappointed with that because from its inception to do this, is there at the state and the whole area. I went to every single public meeting, I went to every planning bit and everything. I never heard anyone saying, oh, we don't really need a community. It was quite a priority to have this community facility. I think it's so sad that no one is, helping run it. It really is, it saddens me greatly. So if they explored everything, then there's not a lot we can really say and do about it. But I do think it's quite sad that this isn't going to happen. So I'm not happy with it. But as I said, there's nothing we can do. It seems that they've explored everything at the moment. Ed?
I mean, obviously we can just put in our comments, I'm not saying for or against, we can just say that's our opinion of it. And whether something gets done with it will be up to the big planning, obviously.
I totally agree with you because I cannot say I'm for or against. I'm just really saddened that it hasn't happened. I'm just wondering if some of the residents that live there, some have been decanted, some have moved elsewhere. Perhaps it was some of those that were, interested in it at the time. It's quite a few years. It was in my area before they did the boundaries, so it's at least 5, 6 years ago when they were finishing off the planning. So, and you can imagine the years before that of, the consultations and the residents' planning consultation and everything else. And I just think it's so sad. So I'm not going to say whether I'm for or against because I'm just.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is sad.
I'm just saddened by it. You know, all these other places say it was only this bit of mile, that bit of mile, that bit of mile, you know, and you're St Andrew's Church Road, do you realise how far that is to walk? And this bit, if you live up there, you know how far it is to walk. You know, and they want people to have facilities that are within walking distance. That would be lovely. So, Ed,
Yeah, but I guess we sort of had to come to the conclusion, I'll put the proposal forward, that we don't say for or against, but just put forward comments that we're disappointed that it won't be kept as a community centre.
absolutely, totally agree with you, so you're proposing that?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll second you on that. All in favour?
Yeah,
Okay, thank you for finding that first, Marcus, that was very, very useful. Right, we're now on to, make sure I'm on the right one, 5.9, which is 3823-0343, erection of a conservatory to the rear of 32 Hamilton Road. I know this building.
it goes along from me.
I used to, yeah, I used to know people that live down there, and it's a conservatory to the rear.
Can't see a problem.
You won't see a thing from the road, because I think it's one of the ones that, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Comment?
With new technology, this would be so much more warmer than a conservatory. Conservatories are just, you know, one of those things that you can only go in for a little bit in the summer and a little bit, and you never go in the winter because it's too cold. But this would be brilliant. Will be.
Sorry, I know a few people that have got conservatories, and they've got radiators.
Yeah.
And they've got air cooling in the summer if it gets too hot.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can see, the road is there, they've got quite a long way from the path to the front of the house, and it's right at the back, and they've got long gardens.
Gardens, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not going to encroach or anything else.
It's going to be really nice.
It's going to look nice, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Nice country windows, eh? Good for them. So I'm happy to propose that we are,
Yeah.
you know, in agreement and happy with that. Our seconder is Martin, and we're in favour. Lauren, are you in favour? Ooh, I don't know you seconded it, we still must stick around. Right, on to 5.10. Which is 3823-0378, conversion of loft into ancillary accommodation with construction of government to the rear and insertion of roof lights to the front of 4 Greenway Road, Taunton, full planning permission. Right, comment.
Just wanted to say, I read something literally about 2 hours ago that this already been agreed, this application. From Somerset Council,
Yes, sorry.
it's already been agreed.
Did it go through on Tuesday?
There's a decision part within that pack. I'm not sure whether that's them saying, you know, go ahead with it, or saying that it can be brought to planning committee.
My wife was just bringing up on the.
If you can just check, but we can still make a comment, just in case, we can still make a comment on this. And
Well, actually, I copied and pasted what it said. You can read it out.
just bear with me. That one, Greenway Road, it is quite elevated. Just so we're not going to see the roof lights to the front. It's not going to encroach on any, and it's quite a modern house. And a doorway, right?
It just says, decision of permitted development was made on the 20th of the 11th, 2023.
Oh, so it's permitted development. I'm going to make a comment then. If it's permitted development, they don't need
Right.
planning permission.
It's nice.
Yeah, so it's permitted development, so we could make the comment just in case you want feedback that I'm happy with it.
Would be good enough, yeah.
Yeah, I think that we're all happy with it, so yeah, would be nice if they let us know, wouldn't it, before we can it, but there we are. These things slip through. Right, okay, so we've got to 5.11 then, which is 38230382, which is the erection of a single-storey extension to the rear and conversion of garage at 17 Gill Crescent. And the only thing I want to know if it's a conversion of the garage, is there still enough parking spaces? Heading herself. I just want to, I just really want to see how they're doing the actual parking on this.
Some really long drivers, the garage and surprising.
Unusual.
I think
This quite a lot on parking. Expense. This is what? I think it's it's
yeah. So the
right. So look at that. So, where's the parking bit?
That's the garage.
so pretty much, you see the pillar to the left hand side of the left line.
Yeah.
Left.
Yeah.
That's where the garage finishes. To the left hand there, all the way. You see where it says shower room, and you've got the left line going vertically.
Mm.
But that pillar just above, that's where the old garage is. So they've kind of come out a little bit. Just a smidge.
Can you go back to the photograph of the actual front garden where the garage is? I think they would get roughly a better idea.
Garage.
Oh, yes.
Garage.
Right. But if we can look at, you know, what the depth of the garden up to the garage, oh, that's quite a bit, isn't it? That's quite a long. Right.
See lots of houses for that. All going on.
Right, there we are.
So you have the depth of the garage and out to where that kind of gas and this.
Oh, right, yeah.
And this is far as I go.
Right, I don't think it's gonna have a problem with any parking if that's converted. I don't know if anyone else has got a comment. So Ed, Ed or Mark, have you got a comment to make on this?
I haven't got a problem with this.
Long garage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no problem. Okay, I'll propose if you like that we're happy with this application. Seconder? Okay. In favour? Okay, that's unanimous. Right, so we're now on 5.12, which is 38230383, alterations to entrance lobby at the front of 66 South Street, Floor Planning Commission. Oh. Go
All passes very pretty much every day, and whoever built the original whatever it is, got away with it. And if anything, next door neighbour, you can see in the picture just past where it's a new drive-ish, they've just done something similar, but not done to the same level, because obviously they want to do a garage as such. But yeah, 100% it will embrace the property, and I think actually it will be a great addition. So 100%.
I agree, it was certainly tidy up. Yeah. Yeah, that really does need some improvement, certainly agree. Ed or Martin, did you wish to say anything?
I'm fine.
You're fine, okay, would you like to propose? Okay, I'll second, so in favour? Unanimous? It's me, we're on the last one, guys, which is 5.13. And that is the erection of a two-storey extension to the side entrance porch to the front and replacing a conservatory with the erection of a single-story extension to the rear of one or more placed Thompson for planning permission. I actually know where this is and I did look up to make sure. Can you see a floor plan, please, Marcus? I don't think I need to see anything else. I don't know if anyone else wants to see anything else on this one.
I have one thing to say.
Yeah, please.
So I absolutely love what they're going to do with the property. The only thing, Mark, we got the picture of the proposed. I think it was the one you had just before. There it is. So you see in the top right picture, the east elevation. The windows on the far right, which is that bit.
Yeah.
I think there's a property this side here. Am I right in saying, is there a neighbour? Or is that the opposite? No, I think it is.
Distances.
Would you be able to tell, is it on that side or that side?
I think it's the top right. So it's the top right. That's where the windows would be. And that's my only issue. I love all the extra windows, balustrades and everything, but there's two windows that you added additionally to obviously bring light into the upstairs bedroom. But there's obviously a property there, number 60 or one in place. And why originally was there no windows on that elevation anyway?
One.
Just
Yeah, look at distances. Distance. Was it general process of words? Ed.
Yes, no, there doesn't appear to, well, according to those sketches, doesn't appear to be a wall from the side with those windows. So I don't know whether it would look bigger or not. Because
Have you got any Google map? What's the,
Oh, it's not on here, the postcode's not on here.
do you know what the postcode is?
TA5
T5.
2FJ.
Yeah.
That's my.
That's the front of the property there.
So yes. Which was number one?
That's number 3. That's number 5. It's the net, it's the corner to the right, isn't it?
On the other side?
This one.
No, that,
No.
oh,
So
really?
that's the side plan. Very good. That one, isn't it?
yeah,
That one's
so this is the second one.
that one.
Yeah,
Right, that one. Yeah, that looks more like it. There's already windows on that end, isn't there? So windows, I can't see very well.
That way,
No,
but you can see.
there's one window.
Yeah.
yeah,
Why isn't it coming up on the plans? That's weird, isn't it?
so there's already a window there. And it's single, 2-story to the side. To the front. Replacing the conservatory, single story at the back. I think our main concern is maybe overlooking
Yeah.
Mm.
from those side windows.
They already in situ, but they need windows.
There's one there already, but if they're doing a two-story extension, then putting 2 windows and it's going to be closer to the other property. I think that's the main concern. So is that how it is now, or is that proposed?
No.
Certainly.
This is the proposed elevation.
Right, so that's the proposed. It's next door.
No, it won't be. Okay, so on the Google Maps, Marcus, you've got the car that has the silver Ford on the drive. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's it. Weirdly enough, that is the house, the white, but it's 2 properties next to each other. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that is the house, but where the window is going to be is, if you go down the road a little bit, it's going to be pretty much
In there.
where the tree is. You see where the tree is? It's like the tree's in the way, can't you see it? Yeah, so you see that bit there.
Right.
Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah, it does.
It looks like one property, but it's not, it's 2, so that's where the window's going to be.
So the gap is in there,
Yeah,
right? Well, I think.
that's where they couldn't show the rest of the next door's property because it's literally on there, it's property.
Yeah.
I
think our concern really is not against the extension and what they wish to do, but the overlooking issue. Don't you think there's the overlooking issue
yeah,
with those end windows?
And have the neighbours complained? Or
I don't know. I don't know if we can see, can we see comments, Marcus, of objections?
I can't see any other way.
They're usually on there,
yes, I'm saying if they have to explain.
but
Only has been submitted,
Yeah.
yeah, but there's
There's a
no
concern.
comments.
right, there's no comments, but it doesn't mean we can't say that we have concerns with overlooking on the neighbouring property.
yeah,
I was only asking because often if a neighbour is there, they raise an objection.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll just make a comment on this
Yeah.
one. I agree that,
Okay,
the actual over plan we're okay with, but we have, big concerns of overlooking on the neighbouring property.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
I'll propose that, seconded, Connor seconded, and in favour? That's unanimous. Right. Oh, do we have to go into this number 6 again? Right, we do it every time. Right, this is the last item, chapter 6, submission of comments or feedback on behalf of the town council to notifications of planning applications in the area. As per 10.1.8 of the council terms of reference and scheme of delegation, the clerk is delegated authority to submit comments and feedback on behalf of the town council to notifications of planning applications in the area, when required and in occasion where there is an inability of the planning committee to meet within the required deadlines, which is 21 days from the notification. Right. Propose for seconder, please. Can I propose a seconder in favour? Okay, great. You in favour?
I think one of the ones was the application I was talking about just before the meeting.
No, yeah, but we just about whether we're giving delegated
Okay.
permission to the clerk.
Or do you want to, can you say you want to add comments to?
Yes.
Oh, you want to have comments to that, Ben?
one particular application that was speculated on.
Oh, right, okay, yes, sorry, I was on the wrong track there. Yeah, if you'd like to make those comments, Ed.
Yeah, so it is to,
Microphone.
just taking this the right one. First unit is 23-036-0360. Yes, so I wanted to put in the comments to say to object the planning application based on reason number 4, that it would affect it affect conservation area that's near the property. And for reason number 7, in that it is essentially wrong property being converted into 4, but access to those 4 is through a very narrow lane that goes onto a busy road, Man Road going through Stable Road. And I think that there would be lots of congestion around that area. And it wouldn't be viable, especially if you've got 4 family homes and 4 families trying to get out all at the same time.
Okay, so that's a comment on a particular application that you were asked to comment on.
Yes.
Right, okay, that doesn't affect this. Marcus, is it just something that we can add in to pass on to the clerk?
Yes, Chair, so obviously those comments would have been submitted in advance of the 21-day deadline, which has since passed. But with the leave of the committee, if you're happy to take Ed's comments as an amendment to that one, we'll resubmit it with the leave of Somerset Council as an objection, then we can do that if so wish.
Yeah, I'm more than happy about it because I don't know the area as well as you do. So I'm more than happy to have that. No, that's an objection actually, because I did read your comments.
Yes.
I only managed to get them to yesterday afternoon, so haven't you, Colin? Because we all need to be in agreement with this. Martin, how about you?
I'm happy to go on along with that comment.
Right, so we have Ed proposing it, I'll second it,
Yeah, I'll agree that.
and we're all agreed, yes. Okay, so can we
Valid
now,
observation.
so can we now agree this number 8, because sorry, number 6 is submission within that I just read out, because we do need to have a vote on that, so are you happy for that to continue?
Yeah.
All in favour? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you